Okay, so following Alex Pereira knocking out Magomed Ankalaev in the first round to become the UFC light heavyweight champion again, there's something about this fight that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, and that is that Ankalaev absolutely bottled it. He absolutely folded. He as soon as he felt the power of Pereira, he was diving, and but like I said, he folded, he gave up, right, and he submitted to Pereira's will, similar to how sort of Cyril Gane submitted to John Jones's will, but different. Because this was a rematch, and Ankalaev didn't do that in the first fight. He wasn't scared of Pereira. He wasn't, as soon as he felt a shot from Pereira, he was diving for the legs. That wasn't the case in the first fight. In the first fight, Ankalaev came to win the world title. Now, I guess once you've won the world title and you're defending it, maybe it's a bit different, but he absolutely folded in this fight. And Pereira didn't need to do much. Pereira literally started the fight, he applied pressure, something he didn't really do in the first fight, to be honest. Not like that anyway, it wasn't as sustained, but probably because the threat of getting taken down from Ankalaev felt more real in the first fight, because I suppose it was a bit of the unknown, whereas knowing that Pereira could stuff all of Ankalaev's takedowns in the first fight, he had no fear coming into this fight, and Ankalaev felt like he was coming into this fight with some fear, saying like, well, probably thinking, okay, I couldn't take this guy down. I won the decision, but if this fight is a kickboxing fight for the rematch, he'll probably knock me out. And Ankalaev probably, spoke that into existence, or not spoke that into existence, but like sort of willed it into existence, because as soon as he felt that power, he was diving, right? Absolutely folded. Now, like I said, there'll be some people that are saying, oh, I'm coping and all that, but I'm not. I promise you I'm not. I'm a Pereira fan. Pereira's one of my favourite fighters. He's one of the best to do it. But I call a spade a spade. I wanted Pereira to win this. I didn't pick him to win it because of how the first fight went. I didn't pick him to win it, but I wanted him to win it. Deep down, of course. Everyone prefers Pereira as a champion than Ankalaev. Let's have it right. Everyone prefers Pereira as champion over Ankalaev. But, like I said, I call a spade a spade. Ankalaev folded. He absolutely bottled it. And he'll have to go back to the drawing board for that, because there's no way he's getting a rematch. There's no way that trilogy happens yet. Down the line it could happen, because again, to be honest, it's not like light heavyweight's filled with loads of contenders. So Ankalaev could win one, maybe two more fights, and he's back in there for a title shot, 100%. Because like I said, the division's not deep at all. You've got Yuri, who's already been stopped twice by Alex, Olberg, who's not fought Alex, and that's it. And then you're back at Ankalaev. So Ankalaev could find himself back in the world title picture very soon. But if he is, he can't fold like he folded this time. If he fights Alex Pereira or anyone for world title, he needs to show up. And when I say show up, I don't mean as soon as because he wasn't rocked. He might have been a touch rocked, but he wasn't out cold. And he wasn't, you know what I mean? He wasn't out cold. So he was still in the fight. Like, he felt the power. It was a big shot. Nonetheless, obviously it was a big shot, but you've got to remain calm in these situations. Now, I know, believe me, it's easier said than done. I know that. I know that more than anyone. Believe me. It's easier said than done. But if you're a world-level competitor, you've got to be able to do that. You've got to be able to keep your cool. You've got to be able to take a big shot and remain composed. Ankalaev lost all composure and absolutely folded. And by that time, he shot for a takedown. It wasn't even a proper shot, was it? He just dived. He was looking for a way out. Like I said, this was he folded. He was looking for a way out. He shot for the takedown. Pereira stuffed it because, you can say what you want, Pereira just being a kickboxer, but if you're going to shoot those kinds of takedowns, you're not going to get a takedown on Pereira. Like, if you're going to shoot a takedown, you have to properly shoot a takedown, right? And then after that, Pereira just did some ground and pound. Ankalaev completely just showed up, wasn't fighting for hands, wasn't reaching for legs, wasn't doing nothing, bro. That's what I'm saying. Dude absolutely folded. But yeah, I'd be curious to know what your opinion on Ankalaev's performance was, actually. Because, like I said, I think he absolutely folded. But there'll be some people saying, well, he felt the power and that was it. Maybe that was the case. But I'd be curious to know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.